Audio Jungle.
It's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Teenage Defenders of Earth. The Power Rangers are driven by the power of the ancient dinosaurs. Lately, evil space aliens have become a real safety hazard. Earth's only hope, the Power Rangers.
Oh yeah? No one can stop us. Just let them try.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle. It's Megazord. When evil space aliens threaten Earth, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, in their Dinozords, morph to become the Megazord. The Megazord is part of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultimate Battle System.
Hey, I thought you were driving. Me? I thought you were.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle. Even Megazord isn't powerful enough. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers summon Dragonzord and Titanus, the motorized carrier Zord. They morph with Megazord to form the ultimate battle machine, Ultrazord.
Say, who's watching where we're going?
Huh? Not me, I'm not.
Uh-oh.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my podcast once again. So, in my community tab, when I posted this thumbnail, I think I need to get this out of my chest before I jump into this topic right now, because 6 years ago when the Power Rangers came out, and before the film actually came out, I was one of those people that actually defended this movie because of the Zords and the designs and the cast. But little did I realize, after months later, after the film was released, I was so daggone stupid. And I'm just sitting there just defending this film constantly, just wanting a sequel so bad. But what the cast said kind of messed up my hopes of seeing Tommy in the sequel. Looney Lin, Zach, actually wanted a girl to play the Sixth Ranger, knowing that it's disrespectful to Jason David Frank, rest in peace, to have somebody play the female Tommy Oliver. And some people, like, y'all, let me tell you something. For the likes of me, I don't know who was smoking on set, who was smoking in the interview, but they saying some things that really made me uncomfortable of how you're going to disrespect the legacy of a character that meant the world to everybody. Especially when we're talking about the 2017 Power Rangers movie. I'm talking about the Green Ranger. That would be the slap in the face to everybody who grew up with Tommy Oliver, to have somebody play the female version of Tommy, to start this whole lesbian relationship between her and Kimberly. I mean, listen, I ain't got no problem with lesbians and stuff, but my God, like, when you try to gender swap a character that has been around since '93, that is a huge red flag to me. I'm sorry. If you want to do that, go make a porn parody, but don't do it in the actual franchise. It's gonna turn some heads. So, you see the article, and we're gonna dive into this article right now. Power Rangers, why there was never a sequel to 2017 movie. You already heard what I have to say in my opinion, so we're gonna dive into this article, and I want to hear yours. The Power Rangers series is one of the most popular and recognizable children's franchise over the last 50 years. The original television series in the United States, which itself was based on the earlier Japanese series Super Sentai, premiered almost 30 years ago. Since then, there have been 2 dozen seasons of Power Rangers, with the series circling through countless different heroes and things with a colorful clad team of superheroes. There were 2 feature films released in the 90s when the series was in its initial height of popularity. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie released in 1995, managed to pull in a decent $66 million off a $15 million budget, while its sequel, a trash sequel, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, sank to a mere $9 million in the box office. Receipts with a budget of $8 million, which is still trash to me, and so is this 2017 movie. Now, when I first saw this film, the second film in the late 90s, I had it on VHS. I was trying to figure out what this movie was about. It did not make any sense whatsoever. It was not even about them using the Zeo powers. The Zeo powers were never damaged in the first place. If they were, we could have seen that in film. So now, they were gonna have to come up with some other powers, the turbo powers, like Origin. By having Austin St. John and Amy Jo Johnson in the movie made absolute zero sense to me. They were completely wasted, almost drowning, and for what? The movie made no sense. Like, how you gonna make a Power Rangers movie that don't make sense? Red flag, y'all. That's your typical Hollywood for you. While the Power Rangers series will continue to find success on television following the 2 90s films, there wouldn't be another Power Rangers movie officially produced until 2 decades later in March of 2017. Almost exactly 20 years after the release of Turbo, Lionsgate and Saban unleashed the big budget return to the Power Rangers to theaters worldwide. The film, which was a reboot of the series, advertised as The Breakfast Club meets The Adventures, brought the franchise to life in an entirely new way. There were hopes that the 2017's Power Rangers will be able to capitalize on the ongoing popularity of superhero films and launch its own universe and series of different movies. A post-credit scene attached to the film even teased the introduction of Tommy Oliver, the fan favorite Green Ranger, which is, unfortunately, they did not do that right, because everything about the 2017 movie did not make any sense, because they didn't get their powers right after they got the power coins. You're supposed to get the powers after you morph. So I think what Dan Israelite messed up on is that he should have watched the entire series and come up with something different, but keep it more faithful towards the source material at the same time. So what I don't like about what these movies are doing, especially when you're a superhero film, when you're Origin, you wait until the 3rd act to actually do something big and epic, especially when you're a Power Rangers movie, and not to mention when you morph. They didn't even do it's morphin' time when the screen pops up and when the lightning bolt pops up, when they shout out their dinosaur names. So what I don't understand is that why didn't they do that along, throughout the first and the second half? But for the 3rd quarter of the film, that is a major red flag. And the unmorphed fight scenes should have been in this movie. You cannot make a Power Rangers movie without martial arts. I get it. You want to tell a story, but good grief, they dragged the story for too long for the 3rd act. Like, y'all got to stop doing that if you want to make a good superhero film. You need to have action and martial arts. Forget about the politics and the storytelling. Bring in some action. And I hope that when Jonathan Entwistle's project does reboot the franchise, they do it right by casting martial artists and stunt choreographies, the stunt coordinators, and someone who knows martial arts qualities. So let's continue on. However, almost 6 years later after the release of the new Power Rangers film, there still hasn't been a sequel. The film never took off in a way the fans and the creative behind it had hoped. With that and the other new developments and changes for the overall Power Rangers brand, it has become plainly clear that a sequel to Power Rangers 2017 isn't going to happen. The movie did have its fans up to release, so what happened? Here's what we know. I'm gonna tell you what happened, because they marketed this film so bad and so much to the point where it was almost unwatchable, because Krispy Kreme was heavily influenced in the 2017 movie, and the product placement has been heavily added into this film so much, I almost just wanted to quit watching this movie. I get it. It's the biggest sponsor, but good grief. Good God almighty, bruh. If you're gonna make a movie, stop doing so much. Product placement, politics, just come on. Stop doing this, y'all. And that's one of the main reasons why the film failed in the first place, because Saban, he was so focused rehashing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I get it. Mighty Morphin is the most recognizable franchise, but sometimes you need to just try to be creative, come up with your own ideas, and just try to make something good out of it. But instead, if you keep retelling the whole story of the 2017 movie, it's gonna end up sucking all over again. And also, what made the 2017 a box office failure is because of the direction of the director, the jump cuts, the shaky cam, and the Zord designs and the costume. That's what failed this movie in the first place. Some of the helmets were really unrecognizable, basically. Well, the biggest factor in the lack of a Power Rangers sequel is how the 2017 movie performed when it finally hit theaters. The movie received immediate reviews from critics and earning a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes with an average rating of 5.310. Meanwhile, audiences were similarly enthusiastic about the movie, giving it a 65%. Audiences scored on Rotten Tomatoes with an average 3.65 rating. Despite receiving an A in its Cinematic Score polling, the initial response from its audiences isn't necessarily a deal breaker regarding a sequel, though. There have been plenty of movies with much worse reviews that have received follow-ups as a result of their box office performance. Unfortunately, for Power Ranger fans, the box office receipts for the 2017 reboot were just nowhere near what they had needed to be. For some odd reason, every time I see people posting something about the 2017 movie, I initially just go into crazy mode, because I hate when fans do this. I get it. You like the 2017 movie, but good grief. Sometimes you gotta understand where I'm coming from. When I say something that I don't like about the movie, I don't. Everything about the 2017 movie lacked all of what was great in the original TV show and what was not added into the modern day film, which was martial arts action in Tokusatsu action. That is the main reasons why the 2017 screwed up everything of what made the original show great in the first place. I get it. It's cheesy, campy, and corny at the same time. The show was not good. Well, I mean, the film was not good, but the show was not perfect either. So let's continue on. What is my thoughts on the 2017 movie? Like I said, I still stand by what I said. I hate the film. I think it's absolutely garbage. I think, the fans deserve so much better than what they were given. And I regret seeing the 2017 movie because I wanted to be good. But what happened behind the scenes was the prime result of it. No creativity was being done. Dan Israelite is the worst director, and Saban messed up big on Power Rangers of what could have been a franchise start, but ended up taking 2 steps backwards. So if y'all want the article, down below, I'm gonna holler at you in my other video.